left the army in 1994, and unfortunately there wasn't that level of support that there is now. So I left the army from the 1st of the Queens Dragoon Guards, and I went on to Civvy Street. There was no call for tank drivers in Civvy Street, unfortunately. So I was at that point where everything was just going to go wrong, because I wasn't used to civilian life. I joined at 16 to junior leaders, and everything just sort of went wrong, and I couldn't find that sort of passion or that link. Fortunately, I was in the Army ski team, and I went off and I started working for Thompson Holidays. Luckily enough, things developed from that, and I met a couple of professional skiers, professional snowboarders, and I got into filmmaking. And then from there, I thought I came back to the UK with my wife and children, and then I decided to go to university to study filmmaking. Now, filmmaking, I think, as a reconnaissance soldier, you have a detail or a level with a good eye, I think, and I think that's what makes a real good filmmaker. And then after university, I started lecturing in film. I met my business partner now, Richard Lewis, and he is an absolute geek on technology, and he's been flying UAV drones for about 28 years. And with my filmmaking skills, we decided to set up SkyTec. Now, to set up SkyTec, we need money. You know, these drones are not cheap, and the training's not cheap, and also the insurances and the progressions are not cheap. So, luckily enough, X-Forces, well, I went online actually. I didn't know where to look. The banks were closing the doors on us, which, you know, for an industry like the drones, it's a very difficult one to get financed, because, I mean, these things are up in the air, and all it could take is a rotor that'll go, and you're looking at £13,000 coming down to the ground, and that's it, you know. So it was very difficult to get any funding. And then, lucky enough, X-Forces came along, or I found them on the internet, and they supported us through a process, or supporting me through a process of getting credit and looking at a bank account, a business bank account. And some of the things that I thought was excellent with the X-Forces were, unlike a normal business bank account, I could have had it for 12 months free. But with the X-Forces, they led me on to somebody like Santander, who were going to give me 2 years free banking and support. Also, they got me in touch with a gentleman by the name of Giles, who has been fantastic actually in giving us some mentoring. I've never run a business, I don't know what business is about, but what I do know is I know how to film, and my partner or business partner knows how to fly drones. So I think the support that the X-Forces actually offered, it's not so much about setting up the business and moving it forward, but it's about somebody actually being on the end of the phone. Be it somebody where I can call up and say, look, I don't know how to do my accounts, which I don't. I don't know how to manage my paperwork, and I've met a lovely gentleman today from Business Wales who's given me some advice as well, which is great. Thank you. I don't know where he's gone actually. Oh, there he is. I don't know how to do that. I'm dyslexic, dyspraxic. I have ADHD, and I have issues with reading black and white paper. It's a nightmare for me. But on the end of the phone, I know I've got somebody who can help me out. Okay, so SkyTec, we do filmmaking, aerial sort of photography, and that's the idea behind the business. And because we're a young business, I actually didn't realise how vast this area can go for us. And I wanted to go down the direction of filmmaking, which we do, but it's taken us off onto so many other different areas as well. At the moment, my business partner is on the east coast of England, and he's working for a French research company, or contracted at the moment, for a French research company to measure the tide coming in and out. And at this point of the year, it's the highest and lowest tide. So he's measuring that, and we're doing ground surveillance. So he's measuring that, and they then give the data for global warming. We're also working for companies down in Carmarthenshire, Carmarthenshire Council, where we've done surveying of an area of land that they want to turn into a landfill site, as well as some of the filmmaking stuff that we're doing for Carmarthenshire Council, which is Visit Carmarthenshire, and all the other little things that go with it. We've done products for S4C, Tinopolis, Telescope, and it is growing. So we're going in so many different areas. It's very difficult for us at the moment to actually think, right, oh, that's the area we want, or that's the area we want. And because we're young, I think those are one of the challenges that we're facing, is actually focusing on one area. But then, do you turn business down? I don't know. So, I mean, that's one of the challenges we get. And working for Carmarthenshire Council on lots of projects, one of the other challenges that we have as a small and growing business is that people like CADU and the National Trust are not as friendly to us as we would like, really, because it is new, drones are new, and we get a lot of hobbyists going up and taking all these things, which may sort of cause issues for us. But the Carmarthenshire Council have been excellent because they're trying to get us into Cadw and into National Trust, where we can get some of these beautiful sceneries that Wales actually has to offer. Because as a filmmaker, that's what I want to do, is I want to show what Wales has to offer, or what Carmarthenshire, Ceredigion, Caerphilly, if anyone wants anything done in Caerphilly, what we have, because it's beautiful. We have a lovely country. But yeah, and that's the business. But we are going from strength to strength. We are getting busier and busier, but it's just a focus point, really, that we're struggling really because we're in lots of directions. But, yeah, thank you.